This is Context Clues lesson number 3. Please make sure you put your name and date on your paper before you begin. Also, make sure on your progress tracker that you scored between 0 and 4 on the quiz for context clues, meaning that you must complete lesson number 3. If that is what you scored, 0 through 4, then you are in the right lesson. Let's go ahead and start taking notes. Using context clues to make meaning. Use context clues to help you understand the meanings of unfamiliar words. Let's go ahead and write that in. Okay. Look at the surrounding, I skipped one. Figure out the topic of the passage. Go ahead and write that in. Now, look at the surrounding text for clues to the meaning of the word you do not know. Go ahead and write in clues. Sometimes the word's meaning may not be stated directly. You may need to figure out its meaning from a different sentence or from a description. Let's write those in. The first one is directly. The second one is different. You can use graphic organizers to help you use context clues. Write the unfamiliar word in the first box. Write context clues in the second box. And the meaning of the word in the last box. All right, so let's think about it. Read the sentence below. What does endeavor mean? Mita said she would endeavor to visit us. She was going to be very busy that Saturday, though, so she could not promise, but she would try. All right, so the word is endeavor. Now we need to find our context clues to come up with the meaning. Let's look at the sentence. Remember that it might not always be in that sentence, but it could be in the sentence before or after. Mita said she would endeavor to visit us. Okay, so we know that endeavor has something to do with visiting. Okay, so endeavor to visit us. So she's going to do something in order to visit us. Okay, she was going to be very busy. Okay, so she was going to be very busy is a clue. That Saturday, though, okay, here's another clue. She was going to be very busy, though. That means that although she was going to be very busy, she would still, what? It said, so she could not promise, but she would try. Those are all context clues to help us figure out the word. Let's write those in our box. So we have very busy, though, not promise, and try. Okay, so even though she was going to be busy, she couldn't promise us, she was going to try to visit us. Oh, we forgot to put visit us. I'm going to put that right here. Okay, so all of these context clues make me think that it's going to be hard for her to, but she wants to come and try to visit us. So I think endeavor means that she's going to try really hard, even though it's hard. All right, so I'm going to say try hard. Okay, let's look at use a strategy. Access prior knowledge. When you access prior knowledge, you use what you already know about a topic to understand new information. Let's write that in. You use what you already know about a topic to understand new information. Before you read a passage, look at the title and picture. Learn what the passage is about. As you read, think about what you already know. Does the passage remind you of any stories, movies, or real events that you have experienced? How do the author's ideas fit with what you already know? Let's write that in. How do the author's ideas fit with what you already know? All right, so that's the strategy we're going to try to use in this lesson. Once you complete all of those notes, you're ready to turn the page to start the practice. Okay, it says use what you learned. Read the passage. Use the notes on the side to help you. Then answer the questions on the next page. Okay, so you are going to read a passage called Meeting Mita. You can look at the picture, ask yourself questions, access prior knowledge, use your context clues. Okay, so you're going to read the passage independently and you're going to answer the questions independently. Okay, the directions on the questions say read each question, circle the letter for the best answer. Once you finish the reading, you may turn over and start your questions. Okay, go ahead and push pause so you can read the passage. Then, once you're done with the passage, you can answer the questions. Once you finish the questions, make sure you go back to your progress tracker, find context clues, check off lesson number 3, and Miss Donaldson or Miss Antonson will give you your score. Right now, I see on this progress tracker that 2 topics are complete. That means this student is ready to earn 10 minutes of free time. So once Miss Donaldson and Miss Antonson check and make sure that you've completed all the lessons and you completed the quiz, we will be giving you a certificate letting you know that you have 10 minutes of free time. You will need to see us for when you can redeem that. You are ready to choose a new lesson.